So, welcome to this class. Now, in our last class, we've said so many things about this PowerBI desktop application, and we've also talked about the desktop, the desktop interface. We've also talked about all these tax tools. So we'll talk about what each of them are being used for or are used for in the analysis of whatever data that you may have. So today we'll go quickly to analyze data from Kevin Cookie Company. So that Kevin Cookie Company is a cookie company, and the data set is going to be loaded into the PowerBI desktop software, as well as we also have a particular data from Wikipedia, which the link will be shown as this training continues. Alright, so let's just move quickly. So firstly, get the data sets. Now this Kelvin Cookie Company data set is an Excel data set, so we are going to get data from an Excel workbook. So through this now, so we are going to be using Kelvin Cookie Company Financial. So we double click and it will open. So let's allow it to connect and open. So it's still loading. Good. So now the workbook contains 3 sheets, and we are going to select cookie sale. Both cookie sale and financial, they have the same thing, but let's use cookie sale because that is related to the name of the company we are analyzing their data. So now we can decide to just move ahead and load our data set, but it's better to transform the data, that is to remove some of the inadequacy in the data set. So I'll be using transform data to remove the inadequacies. Alright, so let's wait for it. Now in removing these inadequacies, okay, let me just remove the inadequacies first, then we can continue in any other analysis that we do. So if you look at this column now, we have some value here that are in decimal places. So instead of having decimal point as a value, so we want everything to be in a whole number. So what you do is just click on this column, right click, and go to change type from decimal number to whole number, then replace the current one. You will see that it has changed from decimal to whole number. So let's also go to other column. So this revenue column as well does have the same decimal number. So let's also transform this. Let's change this as well to whole number. So replace the current. Then now let's check this. Do we have something like that in the costs? I don't think so, but in case we can try as much as possible also to check from here. So okay, this is in whole number already, so we don't have any issue with it. So let's move further to other. So for profit column, we also have decimal. So let's change the type to whole number instead of decimal number. Then we replace the current one with the new one. Now I think we are good to go now. So look at so I think we are good to go. Now we are good to go, but we are still not going to load this data set because we have 2 types of data set we are going to be using for the analysis. I told you this is from Kevin Cookie Company, and you can see that we have countries in this data set, and I think we have 5 countries, 1, 2, 3, 4, and United States 5. So we have 5 countries here. So we now want to match this particular data set, match it with this country's population. So, and the only place we can get this country's population is on Wikipedia, because it is being updated from time to time. So what we are going to do now is we go to O, go to new source, then we now go to web, because that's where where Wikipedia is. So go to web, let's allow it. Then now for this one, now I already have the web link copied, so I'm going to paste the web link, so which is wikipedia.org/wiki/list of countries and dependency by population. So let's click OK to load it. So it will connect to the internet and bring up the table from the internet. So sometimes if you don't want to download data set which are online, you can just copy their link, paste it on the either get data using web or additional or new source, and using web just upload, you can upload the data from there, so that you don't need to download junks on your system. So any which way you feel like. So let's allow this to load. It's still loading the data set. Let's allow it to load. So because it is internet, so the internet speed will determine how fast it is. Alright, good. So now let's look at this. Let's look at what we have. Okay, I think we have the location, which is world and blah blah. So we have all the countries here. So that means we only need this. All other ones we don't need them. Let's click on this that we need. Then click OK to only load the one we selected. All other ones will not be included. So load this into the Power Query editor. So we have it on the Power Query editor now. So this is the first data set that we uploaded using from the Excel workbook, and this is the one gotten from the Wikipedia or the internet. So now I told you, I said what we only need from this data set is we want to match each of those 5 countries in the Kelvin Cookie companies to we want to match the population of each of those 5 countries. We want to merge it together. So in matching this, we have to merge the 2 tables. So now if you look at this table gotten from Wikipedia, there are other columns that are not needed for our analysis. We only need these countries and also the population column. So we are going to delete this. And how will you delete this? So you can just right click on this and remove. Then for this as well, we don't need it, we remove. Then for date as well, we don't need it, we remove. For this as well, we remove. For this as well, we remove. So we are left with these two columns that are needed. So now if you look at here, instead of country we have location. So you can decide to change this to country so that you'll be able to have a uniform name. So here now we can change this from location to country. So I want to change this from location to country. So let me just write country there. So press enter, and that will be all. So location, I change the country. So country and population. Now we also have another thing to do now. And what to do is that if you look at the first data set, what we have here is just 5 countries. Now let's see. Look at the only 5 countries that we have. So we are going to select these 5 countries from the other data set, so that as we are merging them, it will merge up those countries with their respective population. So let's go back here. So we'll now open this. We'll deselect all and look for the 5 countries that we are looking that we need for the analysis. The first country there is I think the first country there is Canada. So let's look for Canada. Then we select. Then also followed by France. For France, we select. Then followed by Germany. So for Germany, then followed by how many countries have I selected now? I think 3: Canada, France, Germany. Which other one? Okay, Canada, France, Germany, United States. There's a country before United States. Let me just select this. I'll come back to that. So let me click OK for this first. I will still come back to select others. There are just 5 countries. I've forgotten it. I'm sorry about that. Mexico, yes. So Mexico. So let's go and select Mexico now. Mexico. Alright, so okay. So we have the 5 countries with their respective population. So our data set is ready now for the analysis. So we have the first one. We have the second table we are going to be merging, or the second data set we are going to be merging. Alright, so the next thing is, since we have the 2, let's merge the 2 of them together now before we will do anything. So you go to Home. Okay, let me do it like this. It will be easy. Click on the first one, which is cookie cell. Right click. No. What should I do to make it more easy? Okay, thank you. So click on this, then Home. Go to this particular point. In your own, you may not have combined, but you have something like match queries. So click on match queries, and if your own is like mine that has combined, then you can click combine, no problem. So click this. So we want to match the first one with the second one. So the first one is already on the interface. So let's click on it. Now there is what we call primary key. So we use primary key to join 2 or more tables together, to join 2 entities, or to show a relationship between two data sets or 2 tables. So we need a primary key. That is something that will make them, that will show that they are something that will show a link between them. So in the first data set we have 5 countries. In the second one we also have 5 countries. So we now want to merge all of them together. Okay, what am I saying? Okay, so now yes, no, I think there's issue. How can everything be Canada? Okay. I think we are good to go. So sorry about that. I just want to be sure we are okay. So let's click on combine match query. So then, which is the link to which is the primary key? The country is the primary key. Then click on this. Cookie is the current one that I've selected. Then select the second one, the second table, and also click country, so that country will be the only primary key that will combine the 2 tables. So for this, you can ignore security. Privacy level does not concern us at this level. So click save. Alright, so that means if you look at here now, the 2 data set or table has been merged, and you can see that there are 700 rows of the table has been uploaded or combined. So let's press OK. Now you can see that the second table, the second data set, which is list of countries and territory by population, is now here, but it has still not been combined. You can see that it's not showing any value. So what we are going to do now is that we'll come here, click on this, and deselect all, then only the population. Because this, if you look at this now, you see that we only have table. It's showing, it's telling us that in that table there are other columns. So which column do we want? Since we have countries already here, so we don't need to import country again. What we only want to import from this data set is the population. So, and it will automatically see the population since the table has been merged already. So click population now, press OK. The table will be updated now. So you can see that the table is now merged. The data set is merged now to each of the country. So for each of the country, they have their respective population. All right. Now that we have the table now combined, so we can move forward to the analysis. So you go back to home, click close and apply, so that all we have done will be applied. So then you'll be able to load it into the desktop interface. So let's allow it to load, and it will take some time because one is coming from the internet, the other one is offline. So the one is online, the other one is offline. So you should expect it to take some time depending on your internet. Okay, it's loading now. Good. So the two data set has been loaded and you can see them, they are available here. But we are only concerned with the first one because we have actually merged the second table or second data set's population with this. So we don't actually need this one for the analysis. So we need this since we already have the population, which is this. We have the population already, so we don't need to worry ourselves. All right. So and let's check our model to see whether the table successfully joined. Good. See that this table has joined already, so we can let's expand this so that we'll be able to see the relationship very well. So now let's check. So this table is linked or related by country, and which is good. So we have done well. So let's just go back to the report view so that we can do our analysis. Now for this analysis, you can decide to just try as much as possible to name whatever analysis you want to do. So I want to do that. Just click on the text, and write whatever you want to type. For me, I will just type cookie analysis. I'll type cookie analysis. Oh, sorry. Just click in cookie analysis. So I have it now. So the next thing, you can just bold it. So Control A. Okay, let's increase the fonts to like, let's say 28 to be bigger. Then so you can just expand it. You can reduce this as well to make sure that the heading is just there. So you can also bold it. You can centralize it so that you know what we are doing. So I think that's done now. So the next thing now is the first question of our analysis now is that we want to check from the data set now the profits by date. We want to check the profit by date, the profit of each country by date. So if you are doing that, the first thing you will do now, you can decide to first of all import the visualization charts, or you can decide to just click on this. It will automatically look for whichever chart that is more responsive to it. So these are the first analysis is saying that what is the profit by date. So since it is profit, just click on profit. It will automatically display. You can see now. So then profit by what? By date. And where is date? Date is here. So click date. So this has now updated now. Can you see? So instead of worrying yourself, it can automatically plot itself by just clicking on those rows. And if it's the automation does not work fine, you can as well change the axis yourself. What you are going to do is just drag it to wherever you want to take it to. So it's very simple. So that means we have this. But if you look at this analysis, you see that the date has it has monthly, quarterly, and also yearly. So you can decide to only show that of year alone. So what you are going to do is click the drop down, because for this date we have so many other options. So you can just remove this, then go with just open it. So go with year. If you click on year, it will only show us year. You can see that we only have 2 years here, which is one is 2018, the other one is 2019. You can decide to make it quarterly. So you can make it quarterly. Click on quarter. So you can see that the first quarter, second quarter, third, and fourth. Now you'll be surprised that, okay, these quarters now, for which year are we talking about? For this now, it has combined the first quarter for the 2 years, second quarter for the 2 years, third quarter for the 2 years, fourth quarter for the 2 years. But if you want to differentiate them, what you do is just that, go to year, click on year. It will differentiate them. Now you can see. So it shows you that for 2018, this is quarter 3, 4, 1. So okay, quarter 3 and quarter 4. Then for 2019, quarter 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means for 2018 it's only 2 quarters that is available for it, while for 2019 there are 4 quarters. So you understand? So you can also take away quarter. It can be monthly. You can just make it monthly. So this is a combination of the months from January to December for the 2 years. If you want to differentiate the 2 years, you can just go back to year, click on year here. You can see that it has differentiated. That means the first year started from September to December, which means it's only 2 quarters. September, October, November, December. So it is only 2 quarters. In fact, this third quarter started from September, while fourth quarter, so it is only third and fourth quarter. Just like when we check the quarter, you can see that it's third and fourth. So and 2019 started from first quarter to the last quarter, which is the fourth quarter. So that is how to just play around this. And if you think you want to know that, you don't want to know the daily, you can just click on, okay, this is year per day. So I think that's all. This is per day. So I think that's all, and that's how the analysis. So as far as I'm concerned, let's go back to this so that we will have the whole of everything showing to us. So that's the first one. So the question is, what is the profit by date? What is the profit by date? So that is profit per year, profit per month, per quarters, and so on and so forth. So that's the first one, and we are done with that. So after this, before we go to the next question, you can just make sure that you can minimize this to this. Just keep it here so that let's just keep it here. Let's keep it here. So now we want to answer another question. So another question is telling us that what is now the profit per country, since we know for years now for each country. Now what is now their profit? What profit has each country? We only have 5 countries, so we now want to know what is the profit of each of those countries. So I've told you the easy access is just come here. The question is saying profit by country, so we only need profit and country. So click on profit, it will automatically generate itself. Then where is country? Country is here, so just click on the country, so it will automatically generate itself. We don't need to worry ourselves much. So you can see that each country's profit is shown for that cookie. That is, this particular company, this is the amount of profit they generated from each of these countries. This is the amount of profit they got from each of these countries. So that is what it means. So this is a profit by country, profit by each country. So this is for Canada, which has the highest $606,318. For France, which is second, 595,061, and so on and so forth, like that. So that's the second assignment or second question answered. So we can minimize this as well to just minimize this as well. Let's place it here like this so that I'll be able to do other analysis. So I just want it to be more okay. Product, profit by product. So go to profit and go to products. So by each of these products, what is the profit by each of the products? So now, just like we know that we have chocolate, we have different cookies. We have chocolate chip, we have white chocolate, we have hot milk dressing, we have sugar chocolate, we have fortune cookie, and other things like that. So we have them in multiple. So for each of this cookie, then we have the profit. So that means chocolate chip perform better when it comes to profit. So it's more profitable than others. So fortune cookie is the least. That is, if I want to invest in this company now, I'll just make sure that this money I'm going to give you, make sure you use it to produce more chocolate chip, because that is what people are looking for in most of the countries. So we can also check let's see, we should be able to know for each of these country, yes, we should know which country perform better for each of this. So let's see which country perform better. So you can see that for chocolate chip, Canada sell more than other countries. Then for white chocolate as well, France sell more than other country. For oatmeal racing, United States sell more, and so on like that. So that means if I'm going to invest in this country, what I'm going to do is that I will look at it that, okay, it's chocolate chip that they buy more, but I'll make sure that it is in Canada, because Canada sell more and give more revenue, more profit than other countries. So I'll make sure that it is Canada. See, you understand? So that is what this is all about. So this question, this question is answering is that what is the profit per each product, and also what is the profit per each product based on their country, or we can say that which country has more profit and for what product, which country have more profit or for which product, or which country is more profitable for cookies, and which of those cookies So you understand? So that is what we have answered there, and you can see the graph. Now let me also minimize this so that I'll be able to do other analysis. So let me keep this as well. So the next one is, we can also check profit by date, profit by year, and we can check profit by cookie. So what we are going to do now is that, so let's go back to profits, then let's go to date, but don't forget that our date will go by year alone. So let's go by year. So profit, okay, sorry, let's go by year plus month. Yes, so that it will be more easier. So we'll be using year and month. So year and month. So now this is profit per year, per month, sorry. So I only had this year so that I'll be able to differentiate between year for 2018 and 2019. If I remove year, it will combine everything. That means from September to December year, it will add it to this. So I don't want that. I want it to be separate. That's why I have to tick year plus month. That is, I want year separate from each other, then show me the month. So that means if you are going to look at this now, I think we have month of October 2019, that's 156,209, 250. So that means the more revenue comes in at October 2019, then also October 2018. Can you see now? That means that's a target. One thing that I will say, okay, if I want to invest in this country, in this company, make sure you invest for me in Canada, because that's where they buy, that it's more profitable. And if you are buying in Canada, if you are investing it in Canada, make sure that it is the chocolate cookie, chocolate chip, sorry, so a chocolate chip cookie that you invest in, and make sure that you invest in October, because that's when more revenue and more profit comes in. Do you understand? So that is what this analysis is talking about. Let me see if you can match this with each country. Let's see if you can match with this country by using multiple. Yes. So we have matched it with country now to see how the country perform based on month of the year. Let's see how each of these country performed based on each month of the year. Let's see how they perform based on each month of the year. So I just want to enlarge this thing very well so that I'll be able to see it well. Now, if you look at Canada is a light blue, France is dark blue, Germany is this is, I think this is brown, Mexico is like a blue black or something, I can't see it well. This is pink, United States is pink. So now if you look at this, you already know that in December we have this big value here. What is this? In Canada, yes. So in Canada, and we are analyzing what? Profit. That means there's more profit in Canada there's more profit in Canada. Okay, let me see if you can just add products. For which products? So that, though it will be too big, yes, it will be too big. It will be too big for us. But yet we can, as we analyze it, So for each of those cookies, this is chocolate chip. So chocolate chip is sell more profits in Canada at December. That means both October and December you can invest in this chocolate. That's what it means. So this is too big, so I can just take away this hand so that this will be more. So this is to just show us that. So let me reduce this so that we have a very holistic. So you can see that in October, it is good to invest in October, and it's supposed to be investing in Canada if you are investing in this company. So let me also hide this here. That's another analysis. So let's also profit per cookie, each of the cookie. Let's see the profit per each cookie. So profit per cookie. Have we not done that? Per cookie. Where is the cookie? Where is the cookie? Let me minimize this so that we have a concise table. Per unit sold. So where's cookie? Sorry. Cookie sale. No, supposed to cookie sold. Cookie sold. Profit per cookie sold for each country. So profit per cookie sold for each country. Profit per cookie sold for each country. So I think we have okay. So profit per cookie sold. So unit sold is this, is in dark blue or royal blue, while that of profit is in Man City blue. All right. So now look at it. Look at what Canada, the quantity Canada sold, and this is the profits. Okay, maybe let's add cost to it. Let's see the cost so that we can let's see cost per. Let's say cost. I think this is better now. So for this analysis, we can say that this is the sum of the cost. So if Canada actually in the company in Canada spent $420,033, sold sold the unit of 247,422 and profited this. Okay, maybe let's remove this sold so that we'll be able to have cost, revenue, and profit. So let's remove sold, unit sold. Let's remove unit sold. Let's just remove it and replace it with revenue. The total revenue, total cost, then our profit. So if you look at this now, this is revenue. So it means that for this now, so let me rearrange this so that I'll be able to have a easy chart display. So let the cost comes first, followed by revenue and the profit. So I will take profit to the last. I think I love it like this. Now, so this company which reside in Canada use the sum of $420,000, $220,033 invested in all their production. Then they got 1,26350. Then and their profit is 606,000. Look at it. So doing business in Canada is more profitable than this. Let's say the profit, let's say how much they spend. Let's say the difference of what they spend: 420, 415, 405, and 403, like that. So but if you look at this now, look at, for example, compare these two that almost spend the same amount and see the profit. So it's somewhat looking like this. So if I want to recommend now, I think I will just recommend Canada and France to other countries. So because if you look at here now, look at the proportion: 341, this is 420. Look at 836, and this is 494. It means that if you invest this, you should not invest in Mexico, Germany, you should not expect the same kind of profits just like this other country, because if you take the difference between this and this, difference between the revenue and the cost and revenue and profit, and liken it to this, you will see that it's okay. Let's see if you can even get the difference. I'm coming, but this is just to show you that each of these country, the investment in this country, the cost, their revenue, and this is the profit. So let's also see if you can match it with each of the cookie, cost per cookie. The cost is too small because it's okay. Let's see. Okay, for each product, let's see for it. It will be yes. Okay, good. So now for each product, so the question is that what is the cost, the revenue and the profit, the cost, revenue and the profit for each. So let me, okay, as I'm saying it, let me just show you what is the cost, what is the revenue, and what is the profit for each product produced in these countries. Sure, you understand? So let's look at the first one. For chocolate chip, this is the cost, revenue, and the profit for, so and so on and so forth. So this is just how the analysis looks like. So we can just minimize this as well. Let's just keep it here. So let's see if we can do one more lastly, so that we'll be able to, okay, which one should we do? Okay, we can also look at I want to see, look at the population to units sold. Let's look at the population to units sold. Population to units sold. So population to units sold. Good. We want to see number, the population. Okay, population alone cannot do it. Population of the country for per unit sold. Sometimes you can use table. Table may even show it much more. The table may make it more simpler. At least you see values there. So so we want to check the units sold. Okay, the revenue per cookie, units sold per, okay, units sold per country. We want to see units sold per country. Do we even need revenue? Units sold per each country, and the population. So that's what we need, not revenue, Jerry. It's population. So we want to match it to their population. So units sold to population. Units sold to population. Oh. Each country units sold. Then we now add, where is the population now? I think it has moved ahead. It's supposed not to be here now. Move a big. Let's move it one. I'm supposed to move here. It's supposed to be. So all right, so for each country, you can see the units sold. The units sold is, for United States, is 23. Okay, I want to see if I want to have a multiple. Ah, how do we do this so that the population, this thing is too high. The number of I mean the value of population is too big. That's why we could not see any value for units sold here. That's why. So we can just let me take it up and see. It will not do, but at least it's giving us population. You can see the population is here. Okay, maybe let's use table. Let's use table. Table will do well. Let's use table. Let's use table. Table should give us good. So we have a better view of it from the table now. I think this is better. I have a better. So sometimes it is not necessary that it's a particular chart you must use. You can use any one you feel like. So if you look at this now, for Canada is sold in Canada. The unit sold was 247,427 blah blah, and this is their population. So you can just check the population to the unit sold. In fact, we can add more to this by also trying to see if we can see units sold with population, then cost per cookie for each. So we can see cost per cookie for each country as well. Not you now, don't disturb me. So we can see cost per cookie. What is this? Sorry. So you can see cost per cookie as well, that each of the cookie for each country. In United States 40, so Mexico and United States has $40. They has each cookies being sold at this. So let's see if you can just break it into the products. Let's see if you can see each product. There's no way you can get this here. So that's just the little analysis we'll do for today. So by next class we'll move further. So if you have any question to ask, you can just send me the message. So thank you so much. Now lastly, for us to gather a bit, for us to make sure that this report look great, this our report can be viewed by any other person apart from us. So we'll just go to publish. So to publish, do you want to save the change? Yes, save it, since we have not been saving since we started. So save. So we'll save this file as, since I've not saved before, let me just save it as cookie analysis, just like the title, the analysis, the report analysis. So analysis. So I'll just press save. So it should publish now, but instead of publishing it anywhere, I will publish it into my email. I'll publish it into my email.